What's up, guys? 12th Region Live, Sports Live on Christmas Day. Jimmy, do we got anything good there go on the bottom down there anywhere?
Oh yeah, what you talking about? We got
We
all the
got, we
sponsors going
got,
on
we
the
got,
bottom.
no, we got to make
Oh
it festive, man. We got to make
yeah,
it
yeah,
festive.
yeah. We gotta get it. Here we go.
There
There it
you
is.
go. That's what I'm.
It cuts out half a Kenny, so that's great.
Oh, well, it cuts out the fat part anyway. So, numbers are going up pretty quick. Anyway, this is Kenny G, 12 Region Sports Live, Christmas Day. We're kind of like the NBA. I got Logan on there. Logan's doing it all
St.
for us
Louis
right now.
live.
He is the 12th region representative going to multiple games right now. So Logan, good to have you on the show. Were you in St. Louis, brother?
Yes, sir. Down here with 8-year-old, 5-year-old, and 3-year-old. It's been entertaining.
All right then.
Yep. You got 12th region sports sweater on too, there, Kenny. All
Yeah,
the way to
Yeah.
St. Louis.
I got him a new one. I got you a new one too. Whenever you get a chance to get them. So, as always, we got Jimmy over there. He's in the headquarters in the truck.
Booth.
In the truck. He's in the truck, running everything. Merry Christmas, Wayne Janikowski. Janikowski. I always think the kicker, right? You know what I mean? So I don't know if Doodle and Chris are going to get on. Chris had a dinner, and Doodle's got some family over. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I got me an Apple Watch for Christmas. I don't know.
You got an Apple Watch for Christmas.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't know. But anyway, Merry Christmas to you guys. Merry Christmas to everybody watching. Jimmy Schuler says Merry Christmas. Thank you, Jimmy. Jimmy donated a lot of money to get you in a Louisville shirt, Doodle in a UK shirt, and Chris in a Bull shirt. So let's go about that real quick, man. Thank you to everybody in the community, everybody that helped with that. We raised $1,000 and got to give $500 to 2 different families, and then we also gave $100 away Christmas Eve to a random follower, a random winner, and that turned into a mess. I guess someone sent out a scam the next day.
Really?
Copied us, and started the scam, and oh, you got helpers back there, don't you,
I
buddy?
do. He's supposed to be upstairs. Come here, Bo. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Hi, everybody.
What's up, little buddy?
Hold on. Let me get him upstairs. I'll be right back.
Oh, you're fine. But anyway, so and that turned into something different too. So I hate it when you try to help and then people use scam stuff. But anyway, a lot of basketball going on this week. Like I said, I made the decision to kind of follow Kyler around this year and watch all of his games. So I've not got to see too many games, too many other teams outside of the ones he's played. Or I've got to a random game here or there. But Jimmy, I think 3 teams, and we're going to talk about this in a minute. I think 3 teams on the boys' side is kind of setting themselves apart. Logan,
right.
3 teams on the boys' side kind of setting themselves apart. Then there's a big jumbled mess in the middle, and then there's and that that's why we did the tier rankings. They're my tier rankings. I should have put Kenny's tier rankings on there, but but let's go ahead. Let's just jump right into it and talk about it.
You want the boys first?
Tier rankings, yeah. All right, Logan. Boys tier rankings. I got your region champion favorites. I saw this on the NFL, and I thought it was pretty cool, so we did it. Your boys region champion favorites. Right now, I have DCA, West, and Pulaski. At this moment, that seem to be the front runners for the region championship. The front runners.
Yeah.
Would you agree, disagree, or would you move anything?
I mean, as of today, I think I have to agree with that. Pulaski's shown they're scrappy, and they've got some huge wins. West, I think, might be playing better basketball than anybody in the region right now. They had a close one against Garrett, but I've watched them 3 times now, and they're an impressive team. They've had a different lead scorer every game, so they play good team basketball. I've not had a chance to watch DCA yet, but I've heard and seen on camera and know what they're about. So I agree with that. Yep. And then on your next tier, couldn't agree more. I think Boyle is going to be a tough team to beat later in the year.
Well, go ahead and talk. Can you see it there real good?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Go ahead and tell the teams, which ones.
Okay, so at our top, we got DCA, West, and Pulaski here. The next level, you got Southwestern, who I've seen now. Watched them play West the other day. They got down really bad, really early, but they fought hard. They came back. They're going to be a tough team to beat. Somerset, look, they're going to be in the mix. They did lose to Pulaski, but I was at that game. Amazing atmosphere, first of all, them and Pulaski. But Somerset was out 2 of their key starters for a total of probably 12 minutes out of that game, and their younger guys kept them in the game. So I look for them to make a good run here at the end. I've not seen Wayne yet, so I can't really comment a lot on them, but I've heard good things. Boyle County, watched them last Monday play Taylor, who's one of the best teams in the state, or better teams in the state, and they played with them the whole game. They still got some football players just now kind of getting into that basketball groove. Lincoln is a solid team. They're without Cash Baird, I think, for 2 weeks, so that'll, that may affect them now, but as long as he gets back healthy, they'll be tough. And then, of course, Rock is off. I've spoke highly about Rock all year.
So, real quick, a couple things. Someone says, where's Bergen? There's actually an updated one of these. I accidentally sent Jimmy the old one. So,
I get it.
The Bergen's in the updated one that we posted on social media. They are at the bottom, outside looking in, both boys and girls right now. Wayne says, who's Trinity? That's Trinity Christian, and Somerset Christian's your Green Paul, the Cougars. Yeah. So they're both private Christian schools that are in our region. I think we're up to like 18 teams now, 17, 18, something like that. But anyway, so the way we set this up, region favorites, is, like I said, again, is the teams that we feel, or I feel personally, that have set themselves apart right now. And I'll be honest with you, I'll be willing to argue this with anybody at any time, that this is, like, if you pay attention to the 12th region, these are your 3 top dogs right now.
For sure.
Now, that could change. The region hopefuls aren't people that, these are people that have a shot.
Right.
But they also have a shot of maybe not making the tournament.
Yeah.
Because you got Southwestern in the tough 48th. You got Somerset in the tough 47th, as well as Rock. Yeah. Wayne County in the 48th. Boyle, Lincoln going to battle for that second spot in the 45th. Mm-hmm. The one thing I needed to move a East Jessamine or Mercer from the 46th up, but I just didn't. I didn't know where that. The 46th, it's West Jessamine and then a huge gap, a huge gap. So I've seen Rock play a lot. They got a good win against Corbin the other night. Didn't look good against Russell. They beat Harlan, but it was close. Harlan Independent. Wayne County's a team that. 1 minute I look at their scores, I'm impressed, and the next minute I look at them, I'm just scratching my head. I'm going backwards and forwards on them right now. I know they got Kendall Phillips, who is going to be one of the top. He's I would guess he's top 3 player of the year candidates right now. Somerset lost to Danville, looks pretty bad right now. The 40-50 point loss to West looks tough, but they beat Rock. And I'm not saying Rock's like a blow you away win, but they had won 2 games this weekend against Powell and Bullitt East. It's just it's weird right now. It's just really, really weird.
Yeah, well, it's so early still. Like, even that loss to Danville, wasn't that like the first or second game of the season?
Yeah, it was early.
It was a big win for Danville, tough one for Somerset. But like I said, I've seen Somerset play twice now. I think that they have the potential to be good, really good towards the end of the year.
I've seen Pulaski play. They're good. Carson Fraley should be in consideration for Player of the Year right now, the way he's playing. He's doing well. Jimmy, jump in there real quick. What do you think about the first 2 tiers?
So I think this is kind of spot on because I think Mother Nature kind of robbed us of the DCA West game, a couple weeks ago, because in reality, we probably could have been sitting here looking at it saying, okay, like, here's our, it may be a 2-team top, at the top of at the region champion favorites. But, I've seen West play, Logan was there with me when we watched them play Lincoln, DCA, looking at some of the highlights they're doing and way Pulaski County's playing. If you look at Pulaski County's stats and their scores right now, they're spread out. Like, they're probably one of the most spread out statistically team in a while that you could see when points spread all over the board, rebounds all everywhere. And it's the way they're winning games. And, the loss to Madison Central was, it is what it is. Everybody's losing Madison Central. But, the way they're playing right now, you got to put them at the top for sure. And plus, the regional tournament is at Pulaski, so you never count out, a homeschool team.
I think a lot of people, real quick, a lot of people get confused when we do these things. Like, we're not saying this is who's going. I mean, in our opinion, as we sit right now, today, with the information we have, this is how it looks. This is not our prediction. This is just kind of where it is at the moment. So, Jimmy, go ahead.
Right. And then when you look at the region hopefuls, I mean, the wording region hopefuls kind of like, it kind of would say, okay, it makes some people think, well, they don't have a shot. They do. Like Southwestern and Somerset sitting in there. I mean, those two teams could be anybody, in the region, and they can lose to anybody. Wayne County, like you said, Wayne County's up and down. In the beginning of the year, we thought they would be, top 2, top 3. But they win games good and then they lose some games, so you don't know. But and Boyle on that is kind of that's a team that could make a lot more noise in that regional hopeful group. The way they're playing right now and the way
Seneca Driver's a tough match.
Yeah.
For 40.
Yep.
For a lot of people.
For sure.
Well, and not just him. Will Sawyer Pittman, sophomore point guard, he does a good job running the show out there.
He's playing pretty good.
Oh yeah, and like Coach Lincoln and Rock. I mean, like any of those teams right there can be anybody. Any of those top 3 teams in the region on any given night. If they're playing really well.
Well, what I was going to say real quick, Jimmy, is like you take Pulaski for instance. Rock led 3/4 of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Pulaski wins at the end. Rock beats McCray Central easily. McCray Central takes Pulaski to overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Somerset handles Rock easily, 10-point game for the most part all the way through.
Yep.
It's close between them and Pulaski. Pulaski beats West. West kills Somerset. Danville beats West. Rock beats Danville. I know it's early, but when's the last time you've seen so much? Like, you just don't know what's going to happen.
No, it's pretty well balanced right now, honestly. And it's not like last year where there was, of course, we said last year all year was a clear favorite, and then we watched them go into overtime games all throughout the regional tournament. So, I think it's pretty well balanced, honestly. And speaking of Pulaski, their only losses outside of the region came to Madison Central and Eastern out of Louisville, 2 great basketball teams. So, and listen, they don't have a lot of height. You know what I mean? They're just scrappy,
they're just physical. They play physical.
They play good basketball. Another thing I'll tell y'all, I'll just go ahead and say it. 13th region, when 12th region teams go play basketball in the 13th region, you ain't getting nothing. You ain't getting a call. You ain't getting anything. You might as well just forget it. And I'll just say it right here, right now. You ain't getting nothing.
No, 11th either.
So, all right, let's go to the bottom. When outside looking in, means that right now, if we were to predict, these teams would miss the region tournament. But it's kind of weird because you got somebody out of this. There's got to be a second team come out of the 46. There's got to be.
Yeah.
But anyway, right now, I think Danville looked good. They're kind of I still think they got a lot of talent. They got some injuries and stuff. So they're kind of – it's going to be hard to come out of the 45th, just like Garrett. I think Garrett, man, dude, they play some teams close. They can sneak up and get you on any night. But right now
they played West, the 4 points?
Yeah.
Is that what that was? Yeah. Now, I think that was a little bit of a letdown game for West after beating Lincoln like they did. They put so much focus into that. But still, it says a lot about Garrett, playing that.
But in that 45th, it's just so tough, man. So tough right now. Mercer, I haven't got to see them. Don't really know a lot. East, same way. Got to see Casey boys. Somerset Christian is the team that you got to watch out for.
Oh, yeah.
They're a lot better than we've given credit for, than what we paid attention to. Jack Baker's leading the region in points per game right now, according to our statistics, or Jimmy's stats. Jimmy stat. But they're the team that should and could be in that middle group right now. But it's hard to put, 3 teams in that, or all 4 teams in that, or whatever, in that group.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be interesting. Going to be interesting with the bottom group. What do you think about the bottom group, guys? And including Bergen. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Bergen as well.
I think when you look at that outside looking in group, I think one team out of that group that wouldn't surprise me if they get off that bottom line would be McCurry Central.
Yes.
They're playing, like you said, they took Pulaski County overtime at McCurry Central. And, I don't know where's the 48th held this year? Or 40, where's the 48th held?
At McCurry.
Anybody knows? McCray Central. So
Yeah.
look, I mean, so that would be the team on the bottom line that I would say would have a chance to get off that line. If everything falls right for them and down the stretch. So.
Yeah, I agree with McQuarrie. Before Cam Peters broke his ankle or whatever he's done here, I may have said Danville might have shot because they're just full of athletes. They're well coached. We saw what they did last year in the 45th district when they beat Garrett and almost knocked off DCA. But not having Cam out there, I think will hurt. But I still think, Ronnie Bottoms told me a long time ago there were two teams that worried him on his schedule. One was Mercer, one was Danville because they were full of athletes, not necessarily basketball players, but just athletes. And you got a team of athletes, anything can happen.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Landon Reed though.
East or Mercer, so I can't really comment on them. I'm going to try and get down to see Trinity or Somerset Christian at some point next week.
Yeah.
So I can at least, because I hear good things about them. I'm not seeing them play yet, so I need to get that took care of.
So Kyler and them's going to Florida tomorrow at 10 a.m. They're going down to Florida and playing. I'm free all weekend, but there's no game. Like all the games are
next week.
Yeah,
all the games are.
The only one I know of tomorrow is West and Bryan Station, which will be a good one. But
it's that the Catholics tournament's going on tomorrow, and so is Berea's hosting some tournaments this weekend too. So
I don't mind going to 12th region gyms, but I'm not going to outside gyms anymore. They make me pack every time I go. So
let you slide in with the 12th region team.
Yeah, I possibly could. But other than that, I think. This is something we might update in a couple weeks or see how it goes. And like I said, just something I saw and I thought it was cool on, the NFL. I sent it to Jimmy. I was like, man, I want to do this, but I wish it would look as cool as the NFL one. But it come out. It come out.
Still looks good. Still looks
good.
So,
all right, let's go to the girls. Let's go to the girls one. And obviously, there's a lot more teams on the girls' side that can win it.
Yeah.
And, as of right now, I've probably seen more girls basketball than I have anything. Those are the games I've been going to when Kyler doesn't have a game. I'm very confident that the 5 champion favorites we have right now, sitting today, I'm talking about as of right now, I would take these 5 over the field all day long today.
Yeah.
West, they're not healthy, but they're going to get there. Pulaski, listen. They're tough. They're tough. Rock. Now, listen, they are getting hit with the flu right now. It's and then just got a text message that one of their best players may have hurt her hamstring and out for 2 weeks. So we don't know, but we'll see. Southwestern only lost to Holy Cross by 4 points the other day. That's impressive. Boyle, I think they've got one loss, maybe one
loss to Western Hills. Yeah.
Defense wins championships, guys. They've got the best defense right now. I've not seen it, but I just pay attention to it. I think they got the best defense. They got that warrior mentality, I guess you'd say. You can beat them, but you're gonna have to kill them to do it. And I keep Rock in there because Rock still has 2 of the top 5 players in the girls in their starting lineup. If I told you name the 5 best players in the region, Taylor King and Macy Spivey is going to be
right.
There's going to be a legit argument that they could be in there. So they've got to find that next third scorer or someone that can step up and help. But they have a chance as well. So guys, Jimmy, it's hard for you to talk about this. So Logan, what do you think?
I agree.
I'll come back to you, Jimmy. We'll come back to you.
Yeah. So, like we said, we know West has got everybody there. They just got to get the pieces healthy and playing. I watched Pulaski play against Somerset. Like you said, they beat Rock the game before that, minus one of their top players. Again, a scrappy little team just like the boys, but they're well coached. I was impressed by them against Somerset. Longest girls game I think I ever sat through, but it was.
Oh, man.
But I was impressed. I don't think the boys tipped off to like 8:40 that night. But anyway, Southwestern, we know Junior's going to get everything he can out of his players. We do talk about Boyle County's defense, and it's because they do have a great defense. But they've been putting up points. When they played that shot clock game, which is like another defender, they put up like 67 points or something, right? So they can score as well. And going back to the district last year, and I can bring that up because they didn't have any seniors, right? They played and almost ended DCA's girls' season there, at Boyle in the district tournament. It was a great game. I think Boyle's going to be very dangerous down the stretch. And Rock has a Hall of Fame state champion winning coach with two of the best players in the region, and they just know basketball down there in that area. So I agree with your top five. I think those 5 teams are solid, but I don't think right now we have a clear, just this team is dominant over everybody else right now in the girls.
Jimmy, jump in there.
So I've had a chance to watch more girls basketball than I have in a while. So I agree with this top 5. I think when you look at the second group, the region hopefuls, I think the 2 teams that possibly out of that group that could end up, making some noise would be Wayne and Mercer. I got a chance to watch Mercer this weekend and watch him play. One of the most underrated girls in our region right now is Izzy Carlton. I mean, she works her tail off. I think she's leading us right now in rebounds in the region, and maybe top 5 in scoring. I think that's what I put down. But I mean, she works her tail off, man. And those are 2 teams that I look for that could possibly make a push at that top level. But you can't just overlook Junior Molden and the Boyle girls right now, man. They're just playing really well. I got a chance to watch Boyle on film already. They're just playing really well, and Pulaski County is better than what we all thought they were going to be. I mean, including me. And Brooklyn makes a difference for them. And Butcher's doing what she does, and they got good role pieces together. So, it's gonna be tough. I think the girls, we all talk about the boys, 12th region tournament, how it could be wide open, but I think this girls region is going to be more crazier than what we've had in a long time. Now, considering there's, a lot over the next 2 to 3 weeks, there's going to be people are going to start getting healthy and teams are going to be able to play at full strength, hopefully. So, we'll see a lot of changes here, I think, in some of these levels. But, as of right now, I think we're spot on with those top 5.
Yeah, talking about the region hopefuls, Wayne County, like I said, I think they're a little banged up. Question is how healthy can they get? Mercer County, I was really high on Mercer, but Lincoln got them, and then I think Casey beat them. Somebody else got them. Or Danville.
Mercer and Danville played this. Mercer and Danville played this week.
Danville.
Yeah,
Mercer, I can remember.
Yeah. DCA, I saw their first game, but they're getting better. They're looking a lot better than what they did, and they still have Amari Blackford, and then they still have a 6'5", 6'6" girl in the middle. I mean, that's tough. Guard play's getting better. Cliff Berry's going to do a great job. Lincoln. Alyssa Burkhardt Bull and some of those other pieces, I think they're a team that, the 45th is the second spot's wide open in the 45th. I think DCA, Lincoln, Danville all have a shot at it.
Right.
And that's why they're all 3 in the region hopefuls there, is because you just got to make it there, and then anything can happen. The one team that deserves to be in the middle is Casey County.
Yeah.
The 47th, man. I mean, who are
they going to beat out?
Pulaski and Rock. I got to see Casey go against Rock, and it's tough. I mean, if you put Casey in the 45th, they're liable to be in the second best team.
Right.
Yeah. Because Casey beat Lincoln and Danville. So.
Yeah, they did.
But just the way things are lined up, it is what it is. So. What do you guys think about the second and bottom tier there? Let's go with Jimmy first this time.
I think I talked a little bit about the second, but when I look at the outside looking in, I think out of that group, Casey, as you mentioned, they could make a splash for that second tier at some point over the next couple of weeks, I feel. But let's don't count out Garrett County. They're a team that can be scrappy too. They're a team that could be sitting there knocking on the door for that second spot as well. So,
all right, Logan.
All right, so Wayne, I've not seen in person at all. I don't know how many seniors they had last year, but I was impressed by them in the regional tournament last year, and I think they were kind of young. So, and if they're hurt, it's so early, and teams, all like you said, are banged up. It's hard to really tell. Mercer, Doodle's been high on Mercer. I've not got to see them play yet either, but we'll see what they're about when I get a chance to. DCA just won the Lexington Catholic tournament, I think, recently. Now I know it's nothing like the boys, but that's still big for that program right now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you know, with Clifford at the helm, they're going to continue to get better, especially the guard play. You know, and then Lincoln, you know, like you said, they got the bull, they've got the pieces. They've just got to kind of get it to come together there. And you know, and Danville again, same story. Lots of athletes, good players. You know, second year coach, you're starting to get a feel for it. So yeah, I think those teams are a little bit above the rest as far as what we're talking about with making the regional tournament and having a shot at it, right? Like I get Casey beat both of them, but like you just said, they're coming out of a much tougher district right now.
Brandon Edwards says the GOATs, GOATS. And thank you to Frizzell Guitars. He hooked me up with the electric guitar for Kyler for Christmas.
All right.
Oh, sweet.
Kyler's gonna I plugged it up and got it all going for him this morning, you know, before we had to leave, and he's like, "Can you make it louder?" I'm like, "No."
God, no, we're not making it louder.
No, but also Jeff Summers, shout out Jeff. He's always, me and him are always talking.
I agree with what he's saying there.
Yeah, I mean, 48th and I mean, I'll be honest with you. It's going to be hard to come out of that 48th. All four teams can.
Oh yeah.
Only two are. And shout out to Colton Summers, who's having a great year at McCree, and Peyton Higginbotham.
Yeah.
Those guys, you know, those guys deserve a little bit more credit than what we've been giving them, but sometimes it's hard, you know what I mean?
I got to hit Sal.
Every stat, every game, it's kind of what catches our eye sometimes. So, shout out
something that caught my eye that you all see here a little bit later when we start to do our points per game. You'll realize something about the 48th district here in a second.
Yeah. So, anybody have any comments or arguments with us on these right here? I know on the boys, Doodle says he still has Somerset as a favorite. I get that, but there's no way that you can argue right now, today, that they deserve to be in the top tier.
Especially if you're going just off their record, right? I was just impressed by what I saw watching them in person when they had, like I said, they had two of their starters out the last 4 minutes of the second quarter, the last 6.5 of the third. And those young kids and that Lewis boy, they stepped up and kept them in the game. I was impressed. Ryan's a good coach.
Yeah.
They're going to come later in the season. They're going to be tough.
Now, not saying that they can.
I'm just saying right now, here today, where we're at, I get it. Based off record and wins and losses, I get it.
All right, Jimmy.
More off what I've seen.
Jimmy, what do you want to go to, brother? I'm letting you make the call here. What do you want to go to, points per game?
We'll go to points per game for the boys.
All right, so this Christmas show, we're kind of just spotlighting the teams and the kids. We're not doing all of our. Well, we're still kind of silly dumb, but we're kind of doing some other stuff.
That's just natural.
Yeah, I know it. So we're going to do points per game leaders on the boys right here. Brought to you by Bo Hawkins, Cornerstone Insurance Agents. Leaderboard: Somerset Christian, Jack Baker, 23.4 points a game. Now, let me remind you guys, this is minimum 6 games played.
Yep.
And it's stats per KHSAA. So if your coaches or people haven't updated your stats,
right, or they haven't played in 6. If they haven't played in 6 games,
yeah. So it is what it is. So Jack Baker, Somerset Christian, 23.4 points a game. Walker Craig from Rock at 21.8. Zach Hutchinson, Southwestern, 21.3. Kendall Phillips, 21.2. And Peyton Higginbotham, McCree Central, 20.7. All over 20 points per game. Man, I tell you what.
48th district representation right there, boys.
Yeah,
sorry, I forgot. No, Walker Craig's in it. That's all right. Walker Craig's in the 47.
Well, 4 out of 5 are.
Yeah, 4 out of 5. Yeah.
4 out of 5 are. So, Logan, I see. I've seen one. Well, I've seen all the kids play over a period of time, but I've only really seen 2 play this year. So.
Yeah, I've seen 2 of them. Hutchinson, man, he runs the show there at Southwestern. He had an off night the other night there for a little bit against West, but once he started going, they started going. You know, he's kind of the heart and soul of, you know, he's the cog that makes that wheel turn there for them. Tough kid, tough player, fun to watch. Higginbottom, I've got to go further south and watch this kid play soon.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. He's in every category almost.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be at McQuarrie next week. I'm gonna make it a point to get down there first week back
So-
or the start of the new year.
Listen, they'll treat you better than you've ever
Oh,
been
I know. They
treated.
always have. Baseball,
Yeah.
they're good to me. I'm sure they will be basketball too.
So Peyton, I'm sorry. I think I spelled your first name wrong. I was supposed to put an E in there. It's
No,
actually
that's me.
P.
I spelled it. So
Well, I sent you a list. So
sorry.
anyway, yeah, Peyton. But it's all good.
hey,
And I was gonna say, I've not looked at Somerset Christian schedule, but anybody averaging 23 points a game, that's impressive. I mean, you're leading the region.
That kid can light it up from three.
Oh yeah,
That's
he
what
can
I
shoot
hear.
it.
He can shoot it.
So I'm gonna have to go watch him play.
He did this last year too. Wasn't he top 3 in the region last year too?
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah,
Kenny?
yeah. You couldn't
Yeah,
leave him open, man. He's automatic. So eager to see. I'll get to see Somerset Christian this year. I think Rock plays. So Rock plays Somerset Christian. They play Southwestern and they play Wayne County this year. So I'll get to see all these kids play. So all right.
I made 5 games in 5 days last week. I'm gonna try and keep it going.
Hey, listen, you do what you need to do, brother. Kyler had a game Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. The Monday night game was at 8:30.
Yeah, that's why Sunday night's game. It was in. Me and Kenny both were tied up. So
I'm wore out, and then I did 3 Christmases. I did Christmas Eve, Christmas Eve, and today. I'm done. So. Hey, there's Coach Mills is in. Coach Mills, we're going to do a primetime show, and then Hazlett's got to wear the Boyle jersey.
Yep.
It's going to be fun.
All right, flip it over to points per game, girls. All right, here we go. Girls points per game leaders brought to you by Cornerstone Insurance. Bo Hawkins is number 1. Madeline Butcher, 21.9. Taviana Codwell, Danville, 21.8. Maylee Creekmore, McCreary Central, 19. Amari Blackford, DCA, 18.1. And Taylor King, Rock, 18. Real quick, before we go there, my guy, I just met Josh, but Josh is a great guy, and I'm going to do it.
No, he did. You need to.
He had a great game the other night, so
it's
hard when it's your kid because you can't really, you know what I mean. But me and Jimmy made the agreement that we're going to treat him just like any other kid. So
yeah.
If he plays good, we're going to acknowledge it. If he plays
bad, we're going to acknowledge it.
Yeah. Funny story. Funny story, real quick. So we played Russell Sunday night. He went 0 for 7 from the field.
Mm-hmm.
He come in, he looks at me, and he goes, "Well, how'd you think I did?" And I swear to you, I just looked at him. I'm like, "Do you really want me to answer that? Do you really want me to answer that?" So, but anyway, I'm proud of him, man. All right, let's get back to the girls. What do you guys think here? I know Madeline's really good, but with that team, I was surprised that she's leading the region in points per game.
Yeah, because they're well balanced, right? They are. So I'm kind of surprised with that too. But she's the leader out there, and she finds a way to get it done. So I'm not surprised in that aspect of it. I'm just surprised, like you said, that anybody on that team is averaging over 18 points because they're so well balanced.
Well, so I'm not surprised because the way she plays, I mean, she's crafty with a basketball. She's got a really high basketball IQ. So
She does.
she don't necessarily take bad shots. I mean, but I can see, just her mindset, watching her play is just different. Now I thought she could be up closer to 18, but seeing in 21, that may not, maybe not that high, but I could see I would see her top 2, 3, preseason coming into this thing, that she was going to lead at the top for sure. Now, Taviana, I mean, I think she leads. She's second in points. I think she's first or second in rebounds as well. So,
yeah,
she's a different type of player. She ain't afraid to shoot the rock. Let's put it that way. But she's very well poised, and she's very well deserving at the top 2.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, and then I think Macy Spivey barely missed it, like 17-8, 17-9.
She did, yeah.
Maylee Creekmore is still doing great down there at McCreary Central. Yeah, I mean, it's I sat there and I started looking at it and I just started thinking about it. I'm like, okay, So I enjoy these stats. Jimmy does a good job of getting them together and working on. These are it's just little
and
stuff.
Look how close those 5 are compared to our other one, right? Like they're all within less than 4 points of each other.
Yeah.
And you know, and I think a kid that's going to be on both of these soon will be Claire Marshall, maybe. You know, I mean, we forget about her. You know,
She
being
gets back out playing, yeah.
Yeah, so as long as she gets so all these are done with minimum games, right?
Right, she gets 6 games in first, right?
You can't do 1 game or 2 games.
Yeah.
All right, Jimmy, let's move on to what we got. Rebounds per game, boys.
Yeah, we'll do rebounds per game for boys. So.
All right, here we go. Again, minimum 6 games played per KHAA. Rebounds per game. Lee Katini, DCA at 9.7. Jared Simpson, Southwestern, another young man. I spelled his name wrong too. It's a 1 R. 8.9. Peyton Higginbotham, 8.7. Walker Craig, another one, 8.6. And Luke Toot from West Chestnut, 8.5. So, guys, here's the thing. We talk about 12th Region Player of the Year, right? There's 2 kids that are seniors that are in the top in scoring and rebounding right now.
Yep.
Walker Craig and Peyton Higginbotham. So, I love the rebound stat because that's more of a work hard. You know, Dennis Rodman was one of my favorite players back in the day. Not because he was crazy, but because he did little stuff, you know. And maybe that. Maybe
I kind of like crazy too, but
yeah, you know. So, but anyway, what do you guys think about the list on the rebounder right now for the boys? It's brought to you by Wes Finley, Scalius, what I call him, your local building inspector. So, give him a shout.
West.
Oh, West. Cohen Finley, defensive player of the year.
Logan, you go first.
Well, I'm just going to kind of piggyback on what you said about the rebounding, right? So it is a hustle stat, right? It is a go-getter stat. And, you know, how you say it? Edney, I can never get his name right, from DCA. Atini, right? Him, Luke, and Simpson, you know, they go get it. They're after it. But like we were just talking about Higginbotham, and I don't know how tall they are, but I do know that, you know, seeing those guys on this list, it shows you that they're out there hustling.
Higginbotham's about 6 foot, 6'1".
Yeah, he's a guard.
That's what I'm saying, right? So that says that speaks volumes to me for him to be on this list as high as he is, right? Not to take anything away from the rest of them. I've seen Luke play twice now. I've seen Jenny play for, you know, a year now. I watched Simpson play the other night. They also are hustlers. You know, that was a physical game. There was a lot of people on the floor. You know, they were battling each other, honestly, those 2 down there. It was fun to watch, really, watching those 2 battle for the rebound. You know, these are players that, like you said, they go, you know, every minute they're in the game, they're going full force, and that's why they're on this list.
Yeah, shout out to Brandon Burt, my guy down there, Casey County. We don't get, you know, Casey County don't get much love, but I got a few guys down there, Brandon and Braden Luster, and so
they're pretty young, aren't they?
Huh?
They're fairly young, aren't they?
I'm not for sure.
Okay.
Somewhat.
Jimmy, what you got?
So, you know, for number 1, number 2, I mean, if you're not close to 7 foot or 7 foot, you know, you should be high on the list. You know, but like Logan said, Peyton does this, you know, year in and year out. He did this last year as well. I think he was top 5, top 3 at the end of the year in scoring. Man. He's strong. Yeah. You know, and one thing that goes underrated about him is he does have a really high basketball IQ. You know, even though he's probably a better football player, his basketball IQ is off the charts.
Knowing to be in the right place at the right time is a big part of rebounding, right?
Real quick, Jimmy,
being able to read the ball.
Just something I noticed here, just an observation. Leak Atini, 6'11". Jared Simpson, 6'7", probably, right? Right. Walker Craig, 6'6", 6'7". Luke 6'10", 6'11". Peyton Higginbotham, 6 foot.
Exactly. So yeah, so that I mean that just goes a lot for that. For looking at this stat right here, I mean that was what's surprising to me looking at. You know, I thought Peyton would be there, but I didn't think he would be that high. But you know, shout out to him for that. But
I'll be honest with you guys, I thought Kendall Phillips was your front runner for 12th Region Player of the Year. I felt that, you know. I thought Walker Craig would have a good chance. It all depended on how well Rock had this season. guys, if McCreary Central makes the region tournament,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be
Yeah, pretty
hard
much.
not for Peyton Higginbotham to win 12th Region Player of the Year.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. I mean, you've got kids that are great kids all over the place. Gavin Murphy at West.
Right.
And, Sawyer Robbins, Walker Craig, Zach Hutchinson, Jared Simpson. You could just Jack Baker. You can just go on and on and on about all these great players. But, I mean, Higginbotham puts up the stats. I mean, I think it's going to come down to who has the most success with their team.
But also things that he's done this year in and year out. Like that would be one of those surprising things. If I had a chance to vote for boys again, if I had that vote at the end of the year, I would put him in the top. He would be 1 or 2 for me.
Let me ask you guys a question, and I know I chase rabbits sometimes, but this was brought to me, and I don't agree with it 110%. I think the Player of the Year award should be just for their senior year, but someone said that no, it's a collective award for their whole career. If you all were voting, would you take in consideration the career or just who had their best senior year?
Because the award is 12th. It's literally 12th region player of the year, not of their career.
Yeah.
Right?
So I don't think
I think that helps their stat, right? Like if you're a top player as a sophomore and a junior, and you maintain that into your senior year, yes, obviously that should be taken into account. Yeah. Right. But that shouldn't be your basis for a guy winning an award his senior year because he had a better junior year is just stupid to me.
Well, you take someone like Walker Craig, tore his ACL his junior year, didn't get to play.
Right.
I mean, but obviously we know how good of a player he is, right?
Correct.
So, but anyway, Jimmy, you go ahead and we'll move on.
So I don't think there's a rule about the player. You talking about the KBC 12th Region Player of the Year?
Yeah.
There's no actual rule that says that it's on a year or if it's on their career. It just depends on how the person wants to vote.
Yeah.
It kind of goes back to the scenario when Luke Enfield from Boyle won it a couple years ago and Jackson Smith was in the same class as him. You could go argue and say Jackson Smith probably had the better year, right?
Yeah.
Should be well deserving, but but Luke Enfield seemed to get the vote because in reality he had the more overall career, the better, better 4 years.
Well, if you had a vote, how would you do it?
If I had a vote, I would specifically do it by year, because I don't necessarily think it's mainly per year. So you don't do the coaches the same way. So coach of the year is kind of like, you don't go by the coach's tenure of how he's done. You do it by the year.
Jeff Jackson's got 700
wins.
Right.
Like 3 maybe that would never get it, right? So
right. So it should be by the year of what kind of year you've had from game 1 to the end.
Now, I do think if you maintain and you improve each year, every year, or if you had a great sophomore year, you miss your junior year, you come back your senior year and you start showing out again.
Right.
Yes, I think you take all that into account, into it. But at the end of the day, right, if you have a great junior year or a great sophomore year, and then your senior year, you're not as great, right? Like, should you be better than a kid who just now had a great season their senior year, but maybe didn't their junior year? You know what I mean?
Right.
I agree 100%. Jimmy, let's go to rebound per game for the girls.
All right, so rebound per game per girls is now
brought to you by Tucker's Precision Lawn Care and Pressure Washing, and now snow plowing. So just throwing out there, give Tucker a call. Rebounds per game, girls, minimum 6 games played per KHSAA. And listen, if you don't update your stats, we don't know. So just throwing that out there. Izzy Carlson, number 1, Mercer County, 12.9 boards a game. Taviana Codwell there again, number 2, 11.8. She's having a better year than people realize. Going under the radar. Is she a senior?
I don't think so. Is she?
I think so.
Hold on. Check. Amari Blackford, DCA, 11.7. I forgot Napier's first name. My goodness. 10 point. What is it again? Caitlin Napier. East Jessamine, 10.8. And Dean from DCA, 9.4.
Caldwell as a senior.
All right.
So, I can't remember that.
So, and this is what I love this stuff because on these right here, you get to talk about kids you don't usually talk about, right?
Yeah.
So, Izzy's course, her dad was a phenomenal player.
Right.
He was this Anderson County's finest,
So,
right?
yeah.
Went to University of Utah and then transferred back to Georgetown and won an NAIA championship. So, Mercer, Izzy Carlton up there, guys, East Jessamine player up there. So, what do you think right there, real quick? Tucker's rounds per game, girls.
I mean, 13 a game is, or might as well say 13 a game. That's impressive. That's great. Like you said, Caldwell, we've now seen her on 2 of these stats, right?
I bet you
Leadership
Izzy's
muscle.
averaging a double-double.
She is.
Is she?
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
That's
there
great.
you go. Blackford, she's a monster down low. She'll body up anybody. She's aggressive. Doesn't surprise me she's on this list. I've not got to see East play yet at all.
No, I'm not.
Assuming Ding is the girl they got last year that's really tall.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Not seen her play yet either.
Jimmy, jump in there. You've probably seen. I know you went to Mercer the other day.
Yeah, like I said, we already talked about Izzy. I mean, like I said, she's a workhorse. Taviana, she's not afraid to shoot the ball. She's not afraid to go rebound it. Let's put it that way. Which is why she's averaging double-double.
It's in her blood.
Yeah.
And Amari is she's done this year in and year out. She's probably the backbone of DCA right now.
Sure.
And I'll get a chance to see Caitlin play here in a couple weeks, but it doesn't surprise me with who's there. But it does surprise me with how much some of these are rebounding.
Yeah.
Just for that. But like I said, from this top 5, like I said, Izzy's the one that stands out to me. I mean, I've seen her play. She's just a workhorse, man. Like she plays her butt off.
All right, Jimmy, let's move on to the next one. What we got next?
3-point leaders, boys.
3-point leaders. All right, boys. And we're only doing an hour tonight, too, guys. So we're going to kind of get out of your way. Floyd Cycles, top 3-point percent. Floyd Cycle out of Danville, Kentucky. Go buy you a 4-wheeler or a side-by-side or a dirt bike or whatever you guys want to do. Anyway, here we go. This one got me. Lee Kenny is minimum 6
got a
games
nice shot, man.
and 20 attempts. Now, this is 20 attempts from 3.
Yes.
He's shooting 50% at 6'11". How do you guard? You can't guard that, man. You cannot guard that. There's no remedy. There's no guarding a 7-footer and shoot threes.
Nobody else is shooting close on DCA.
So then you got Bryce Hammonds, McCray Central at 47.8%. Tanner Asher.
What grade's he in? Do we know?
He's a sophomore, I think. Sophomore, 46.2%. He made some big ones the other night when they were playing Rock there in the 4th quarter. And Ben Gossage, shout out Ben, Casey County
representing
45.5%, man. So, wow, and Cooper Gehring, some of these names that we just do not recognize usually, and 43.8%. So, I mean, that's a lot of good 3-point percent shooting on 20 plus.
Yeah.
And I was joking with Jimmy. I was like, well, Kyler should have made the list if he didn't go over 7 the other night. So
hey, listen, I texted Kenny and I said, if we would have been top 10, I was like, right now Kyler would have been there, but if Kyler didn't go over 7, he probably definitely would have been top 5.
Man,
I'm a fan of Cooper just because he spells it with a K. I don't know. I've seen that.
Listen,
that's cool.
If I'm not mistaken, wasn't there a couple of years ago, well, maybe more than a couple of years ago, but there was a Gearing that was in Wayne County that actually shot the ball really well too from the 3. Maybe it was his older brother. I don't know.
I'm not for sure,
but that name just sounds familiar to me. So when I looked up these stats, I was like, there's always a Wayne County player in the top 5 in 3-point shooting percentage.
Well, so here's the thing about this. 3 of these names I've not heard of, but now I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
All right.
So when I go watch McCray Central, I'm going to look for Bryce.
Mm-hmm.
When I go watch Casey again, I'm going to be like, which one's Ben?
Yep.
And then Wayne, I'm going to be like, which one's Cooper? I'm going to pay attention to who these kids are a little bit more because it's so easy to just kind of line up with who the stars are or whatever. But so that's why I like these things. I hear that it kind of makes you pay attention to other people.
Oh yeah. And I think Leak was the only one close to 20. I think everybody else in there was like in the 30s or 40s in shot attempts. So,
Goodness gracious.
That kind of adds up to that makes a little more
Dude,
sense
if you're
to me.
shooting that percentage and you took 33s on the year already in 9 games,
You're shooting the ball, son.
That's if that 48th Boys has 2+ in every category, Logan needs to come cover the 48th tournament. All right, Logan.
Logan.
I forgot to tell you this. I will take care of your food and your gas, but we need you at the 48th tournament this year.
Hey, I'll be there. I'm going to go watch Wayne and McQuarrie on January 16th. I think somebody put on there a minute ago.
That's
Jeff. Make sure to take care of Logan too.
I'll be down there.
Listen, I'll put a word in, and you'll be. I don't know if you know this, but Cole Kenny G's royalty down there. That's where the Gooden bloodline got its origination. You know what I mean? That's you just tell them you're
not. I used to go to church down there, so I'm a little familiar with the area.
All right then. So all right, yeah. I mean, 48th is represented really well in every category.
That goes to show us that what we're talking about, them being the tough district.
All right, so Jimmy, let's switch over to the girls. Floyd Cycle girls top 3-point percent shooters, and we got Ella McKinney from Rockcastle.
Okay,
that one surprised me, not because I don't think she can shoot, but it just kind of I was like, wow. Addison Yates, I expect her to be up there somewhere.
Shout out for 1,000-point score.
Yeah, 1,000-point score. I got to get her a T-shirt.
Right.
I got a bunch of T-shirts. Logan, you might have to do that. So we're just going to pawn
everything on Logan.
Yeah. But Logan, we're building your personality or
you're not only a baseball guy, Logan.
Yeah, no, look, I love it. I've been in gyms my whole life, so I don't mind a bit. Just anywhere you need me.
There's Madeline Butcher again at 39.6. Kelsey DeBoard, there's always going to be a Wayne County person in one of these, 38.6. And Raquela Hubbard, East Jessamine, 38.2%. I'll let you guys touch on it real quick. What do you think? Addison doesn't surprise me at all.
No, Addison, she does not surprise me whatsoever. Shooting 40% from 3. No, I mean, like, it's not surprising to me. Because I've seen some of these girls play. Ella being number 1, shooting, almost about 41%
on a team with.
Team with Macy Spivey and Taylor.
Right. Shows you how dangerous Rock can be.
Yeah. Right, yeah, on any given night. And Madeline, she's, she is where she is, and she is what she is. So she's always going to be top.
Madeline's the one that may have the injury.
I heard that. Yeah.
That'll change for Pulaski, I think. That'll change a little bit.
But I mean, at least you got Brooklyn coming back. And here's the thing: if I'm gonna have a kid hurt like that out for a week or two, like Cash is,
everybody else gets better.
Yeah. I mean,
Cash is out. Look how Sawyer Robbins is playing. I mean, he's averaging 28 a game or something like that.
Sawyer's had a great year so far.
Yep.
If he plays that aggressive all season, Lincoln will be dangerous.
I try to give Lincoln some love.
If Sawyer continues to play that aggressively all year long, Lincoln will be tough, man. When they need to be.
Jimmy, jump in there. What do you think, brother?
No, like I said, those all don't surprise me for who they are and where they're shooting. Like I said, the only surprising part, not surprising, but the only thing about me seeing is Ella being so high. But look, she's shooting the rock really well right now for Rock. So
Hey, a play on words there. Shooting the rock really well for Rock.
I see what you did there. I see what you did.
I wonder if he did that intentionally. I bet he didn't.
I did.
All right, let's move. Let's keep moving here and let's go to free throw leaders.
Boys free throw leaders.
We got Buzzcut Owen, the baby.
My guy.
Brought to you by Chubby Bear Gate Company there in Liberty. BairdGate.com. I finally got their phone number right. 606-346-5933. Free throw percentage leaderboard. Here we go. Kendall Phillips, 89.1. Owen Wheeler, 86.7. Here we go. A player we've not talked about that deserves a lot more credit than what he's getting is Aiden Absher from Somerset.
Leader.
85.1. Listen, a true leader. And listen, he can score the ball. but he doesn't have to. I mean, he's making his team better in other ways, right?
He's a general on the floor. You know, I love watching him play.
Seth Farmer, 84.6. Shout out Seth. You know, making one of our top fives here. And Luke Toot again here at 83.3. So, go ahead.
None of these surprise me. I was just going to say, none of these names on here surprise me, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are guys that get to the hole. They're good shooters. They're smart players. You know, and a lot of times your top free throw shooters are, that
guards.
type of player.
And
Luke has a nice free throw shot. You know, to be a big guy like he is, he's got a great free throw.
These were a minimum 20 attempts too.
Yeah.
So every one of our stats have a minimum number of games played or attempts.
Okay. And for a guy
if a person goes 1 for 1 in 10 games, you don't. You know, that's not a true representation of who's
right.
So, and the reason you got Owen and Asper on there are too, right? They get offensive rebounds and they attack the hole. You know what I mean? They get to the rim and they get a lot of opportunities. So
Kendall's so
as well. Kendall's gonna get.
He's gonna score a lot at his free throw line. He's gonna score a lot. Jimmy, jump in there, Bo.
Kendall's game is gonna put him at the line a lot of times. Just the way he plays. And like Logan touched on this about Luke being there at as a pretty much 7-footer shooting 83.3%. Everybody else on this list besides Seth and him are guards. So for him and Seth to be shooting 84.6% at the center position, pretty much. I mean, that's great for a big man shooting. But when I got this list out together and I put it together, I was like, man, it's awesome to see Owen Wheeler up there. Like, he's a workhorse, and the way I've got to coach him for a while, and the way he's been able to play, and the way he's doing really well right now for Boyle is pretty good to see him on this list. So.
And he just makes big plays happen. He did in baseball too in the regional tournament, went 4 for 4. Just when they need him, he somehow finds a way to make it happen. He's not like you look at him; he may not always look like a guy.
I know, right?
He's still
he
not
makes
good.
It happen.
He's still not as good of an athlete as his dad. So
no. He makes the burgers out there. I definitely have to agree with you on that one.
All right, Jimmy, put up the girls up there.
Girls free throw leaders.
Oh, look at that. Taylor King, 92% from the free throw line.
Hey, she's only missed 2 or 3 free throws. And I think she shot 40. I think she shot 40 some free. I think.
Wow.
Yeah. She's only missed 3 free throws all year.
Elizabeth Forbes, a great shooter at Casey County. Nice to see her up there, 81.5. Mm-hmm. Madeline Butcher up there again, 79.1. Jalen Dye, another kid that we haven't got to talk about a lot at Southwestern, who's the point guard, tough as nails, probably needs to get more credit in what she does for the success at Southwestern. And if they're going to be good, she's going to be one of the pieces that has to play well, and she has. So Jalen Dye at 72.1, and Kyla Hunt, East Jessamine, 71.4. I used Jaguar. Jimmy uses the E. You can tell which one that does.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's the only logo I have on my phone. So
I just Google them and then I save the pictures and go with it. So again, minimum 6 games played, stats per KHSAA, 20 attempts at least. So what do you guys think? 92% is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy. I mean that's. That's JJ, and I'm not a Duke guy by any means. That's JJ Redick type numbers when he was at Duke, right? Like, his was even higher than that. But if you shoot 91.9% from the free throw line in high school, you're doing something. Somebody's taught you how to shoot that rock from that position pretty well.
Yeah.
Like you said, Butcher, she's on here again. I'm gonna have to get to watch Casey County girls. Keep hearing about them. Southwestern, Jalen Dye. We don't talk about her enough. Like you said, tough player. And again, I'm so sorry, East Jessamine. I've just not got to see you guys at all this year.
It's hard, man. I mean, it's tough.
It's so many teams.
Well, it's weird because like Rockcastle, they seem to play like Eastern Kentucky or like London, Corbin, like mountain teams, right? When we were at Boyle, it was kind of like we played Central, South Central. It was an area. East. Like it's I don't know. It just seems like they're north maybe.
They play a lot of like
district games. Yeah.
So every team. I was like, man, when we lived in Lincoln County, we were like the central of everything. It was like a 25-minute drive to no matter where we played.
Yeah.
Now it's an hour drive, no matter where we go.
Right. It changes.
So,
Laurel
but
County
anyway,
yeah.
so it's good to see and be able to talk about some other teams. But here's the thing: there's a few names that pop up on every one of them, or more often than not, and those are the ones that I know. I used to say stats don't lie, which they can a little bit, but stats are the only thing that we can go by that is ironclad.
Without watching, right.
Now, the level of competition matters.
It does.
Right.
But I can promise you someone like Madeline Butcher is playing the toughest of
They're playing tough schedule. Right.
I'm
not saying any of them played a weak schedule. I was just putting that out there. That's all.
No. Jimmy, is that everything we've covered tonight, man? Have we got everything? What about do this scroll. You said the total points or total defense?
Yeah, so I got that on there. Let's pop it out. So let's put. I think me and Kenny got a little eyes getting tired over the weekend trying to get everything together. But here's the top 5 total. Here's as a team. So this is the top 5 team total points leaders for boys. So basically, how many points they've scored all year long up to today's today. So your top 5 total team point leader by boys.
Pulaski 725, Southwestern 662, Somerset Christian 643, East Jessamine 626, Rock McCreary Central 604, and we don't really technically know what they're averaging, but those are the teams that are putting up points. Girls side,
that kind of surprises me.
Girls side, we have
Pulaski at 617, Boyle 602. Wow.
Well, like I was saying, they can score.
Yeah, so
they're known for defense. They'll put points up.
Southwestern 563, DCA 562. DCA surprises me. Mercer next at 493. So that's a huge drop. That's almost 200 points drop.
Yep.
And some of these teams may not have their stats uploaded. But anyway.
Yeah, there's some of them that's got 3 games missing, 2 games missing, but that was up to today.
All right, guys. We've been an hour. It's been fun. The Christmas show. I like doing these like pop-up shows.
I love it.
Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever, and just kind of talking about some off-the-wall random stuff. We'll be back Sunday night for our regular show of nonsense, immaturity, and just acting like we know something when maybe sometimes we don't. So, and according to some people, our favoritism. And I've had a crazy week. I'm just going to let you know, a crazy 2 weeks. Last week was, I don't know, man. Like, we needed this midweek fix. Yes, I'm telling you. But me and Jimmy, we tried to do the coaches show thing, and it could have kept going, but man, it's so hard for us. Like, we're so exhausted. Like, people don't understand. Me and Jimmy are putting out 3 or 4 or 5 graphics a day, every day, plus. Getting like Jimmy does a lot more than he'll ever get credit for. So everybody sees me out and they're like, "Oh, it's 12th region, it's 12th region." But there's people that make this happen, and thank you, Logan, man, dude. If it wasn't for you right now, like going to these games and doing these, and you never complain, you never whine. Like I tell you, hey, I need you to go here, you go. So I give you a hard time sometimes. Like Logan texted today and was like, "Will anybody watch the Christmas show?" And I was like, I pretty much said, "Don't worry about it. I know what I'm doing." But I appreciate you guys, and as always, Zach, Doodle, Chris, man, I tell you what. So tonight we're not going to do a Grippo's say what you got to say. We're going to do a Santa Claus. Merry Christmas. What are you thankful for? Logan, man, on this Christmas day, what's something that you are happy about? What's something you're cheerful about or thankful for?
To be here with my family out of state. I don't get to see them as much as I like to. Coming here for a week makes my Christmas every year. Couldn't be happier. Stranger Things, get to watch the finale of that tonight.
Hey, Netflix about to crash, bro.
I don't even have no idea what y'all talking about.
I figured you would, but and I'll be great. And listen, I'm thankful for all of our fans out there, and the people that are they show us a lot of love, a lot of support. I go to these gyms all over the place, and they welcome me, all of them, no matter where I go. Sure, we have our critics here and there, but all in all, we have some great support out there and some great fans, some great kids to watch play. That are always willing to do these interviews and are honestly kind of carry me a lot of the times. So, today I'm just thankful for all that, man. And I wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I hope everybody had a great day today.
All right, Jimmy, what's your message to the people, man?
So I'm just thankful for number one, I'm thankful to be in a position to where I am, doing what I love to do and being around the people who have the same mindset as me and have the same, the same goals in life, and representing, and I'm talking about, you guys and then everybody else in our 12th Region family. Like, everybody's been so supportive of me in general and, my coaching background and still been able to do this with you guys and not, seeing it as any, problems. And so I'm thankful for that too. And, on the family side, my family don't get together as much anymore as we used to since, my grandma passed like 10 years ago. But, I'm thankful for just family, just being able to be here too. So,
yeah. Heck yeah, brother. I guess, I'm thankful for a lot of things. Number one, I'm thankful for you guys and 12th Region Sports. Jimmy, dude, 4 years ago, when me and you took this thing, and like no
crazy
one
how it's been so long.
No one ever thought what it would turn into. And yeah, there's been a lot of good days, and man, there's been a lot of bad days. You've seen the best of me, and you've seen the absolute worst of me. And not too many people get to see that. With that being said, it takes a special family to make this happen. You guys don't understand how much my son has to sacrifice to be your dad's 12th Region Sports.
Mm-hmm.
How much my wife has to sacrifice because of 12th Region Sports. And without those two supporting what I do and allowing me to do things like the way we do it, this wouldn't happen. So, so to those people, like to Tessa and Kyler, man, thank you for being on this journey and just supporting 110% because it's tough. And trust me, guys, I hide it well, but there's a lot of tough days and sometimes I've got to be the jerk and the butthole, and it sucks. But that is what it is, and thank you to all those people out there and that help. And man, dude, you all will never understand how it feels. You do, but I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm saying when you hand a family $500 or whatever it is.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
and you can do that twice, or you can give away. Listen, it ain't about us. It ain't about me. I'm just saying the fact that we've got to a position where we're helping people, we're building people up, and man, I'm so thankful for that stuff and. Thankful for Doodlebug, who's always got my back no matter what. If Doodle rides with you,
he got everybody's back, bro.
And Chris, listen, I'll tell you what, Chris has been my friend for a long time. Chris can rub people the wrong way a lot. He will say what he's thinking when he's thinking it. But here's one thing I will tell you this. There's nobody in Lincoln County that's done more for kids than Chris Hazlett.
Thanks.
For those programs that he's been a part of, basketball, football, baseball, he goes all out. And
late nights, yeah, he does.
Yeah, ever since I don't know, guys, I tell you what, loyalty matters, dude. And Chris, I'm sure I make him mad. I'm sure I get on his nerves, and there's things that I do that people just can't stand. But Chris is one of those people that legit, I feel like if I had to go to a fight tomorrow, he's my guy. Like, he has my back, and I've chose him over people at times, but loyalty matters. Loyalty matters. And then Zach, man, me and Zach played softball together back in the day, and Zach does a lot of stuff. The bowling alley. People don't understand. Like, he's got to take care of his mom and dad and other things, but he's another one. He'll tell me what he thinks in his group text.
He sure will.
I post something he don't agree with. He'll let you know. But another person that just wants to see this thing go well, and I know I'm rambling on, but I want to make sure I cover all these people. And I'll tell you what, man, I'm just going to go ahead and shout out the people that helped build this thing. Trevor Shearer, one of the first people, Dustin Oney, Lee Eldridge, White Raven Media. All those people had a part in this. So I think it's always good to give them props where it's due, you know, and we wouldn't be where we're at without, thank God, working things out the way it is. So thank you guys. I know I've rambled on forever. Love you guys. Thank you. And guess what? I'm going to go eat some ham that I started cooking, and I told Tessa she had to finish, and she did not like it.
Yeah, those friends are waiting on me too.
So, hey, until next time, Sunday night, Jimmy. Sunday night, 8 o'clock.
Works. See you guys.